Welcome to the Princess and the Bee podcast, the place to be to build your empire as queen of your body, business, and life. I'm your host, Kimberly Spencer, founder of CrownYourself.com, and I'm an award-winning coach, Amazon best-selling author, and multi-passionate entrepreneur. Each week, I give you the systems, strategies, and success stories to help you master your mindset, communicate with ease, and triple your productivity so you make the income and the impact you deserve. Imagine this podcast as your weekly spark of inspiration as you take it to the next level with all the bees of your life. Body, business, bank account, boys, and babies. Let's make it rain. Hello and welcome back to the Princess and the Bee. As always, take a hot second and show yourself some love and some gratitude for the fact that you are here listening to content that uplifts, inspires, and that you are being the leader of your community and sharing that content with the world. I am so excited because that is the exact topic that we are discussing today, because holy moly, when I was at Business Mastery, I will backtrack in just a second and let you know, I drink a ton of water. I drink about 6 liters per day. And when I'm at conferences, that's no different. In fact, I'm probably drinking more so that I'm not just sitting in a conference room. And now, granted, at a Tony Robbins conference, you're not sitting all the time, because to be in peak learning state, you're up and about, you're moving your body, which makes me even more thirsty. And the high performer in me loves drinking water, so I do go to the bathroom a lot. And this has served me so powerfully because bathroom relationships are amazing. That sounds wrong. That sounds kind of naughty. But I mean, the people that I meet in line for bathrooms, or when I come out of the bathroom, have been awesome relationships that I have formed that I am so grateful for. And I was blessed at Business Mastery to leave one of my frequent bathroom stops. And as I walk out the door, I see Ryan Deiss. And if you don't know who Ryan Deiss is one of the beacons, one of the kings, one of the leaders of digital marketing. In fact, he owns the domain and his company is digitalmarketing.com. So when you own the domain of digitalmarketing.com, you gotta know your stuff. And I saw Ryan speak at Entrepalooza way back in 2016. And I'd never forgotten his speech that he gave there in his presentation, because he talked a lot about company culture. And it really stuck with me because he has fired people for gossiping. And that may seem harsh, but one of the company culture values is that they lift each other up. And gossiping does the exact opposite. It can be pervasive and it can destroy company culture, because when you're speaking bad about a person to somebody else that doesn't deal with that problem, it creates this breach of trust and a culture of gossip where you don't trust other people and you don't have each other's backs and you don't speak with candor and say it like it is, can be very, very detrimental. But I remember hearing him say that in 2016, and it always stuck with me. It was one of those things that I was like, whoa, you really, people can be fired for, having a standard at that level of values for what your company values and holding people to that standard was just I was so impressed with the leadership from that. And so it stuck with me. That lesson has stuck with me for years. We're now in 2020. So 4 years later, I'm still profoundly impacted by just learning that. That had nothing to do with digital marketing. I was listening to him for digital marketing, but that was the lesson. That was the thing that I globbed onto more than anything about what the digital marketing stuff that he said. But regardless, needless to say, I'm walking out of the bathroom And I see this man in front of me in one of my bathroom stops, which is why there is a bonus to drink aside from hydration, really great skin, and, having a properly detoxed body. When you drink 6 liters of water a day, you also get to meet really cool people when you go to the bathroom. And I saw Ryan standing there, and he was talking to another person who I had met. She was one of the vendors at Business Mastery. She was passing out really delicious, yummy, gluten-free cookies that I may have had like 3. But really, I mean, who's counting? So I had this moment of like, I don't get starstruck with celebrities. I don't. I have grown up in Hollywood, and so I've seen celebrities regularly, and I don't get starstruck. I've gotten to stand next to Orlando Bloom and Jennifer Love Hewitt and Ryan Gosling. Okay, I'll be honest, with Ryan Gosling, I got a little starstruck because he's like awesome and an amazing actor and quite attractive and lovely to look at. So I did get a little starstruck with him. But other than that, like I've seen others around town, and I just like, it doesn't faze me. It's kind of like normal. But when I saw Ryan, I was just like somebody that I really, really admired. Like I really admired the company culture. I really admired what he's built. I really admired the lessons and all of the free content that he provides on digitalmarketer.com. And so I knew that this was like my chance, now or never, to just go up and thank him for that powerful lesson. I mean, I love it when people either DM me in my Instas or they see me in person and they come up and they say, oh my gosh, that thing that you said was so powerful to me, that impacted me so much. And oh, that lesson that, what you said on The Princess and the Bee was so amazing. Like, I love getting those messages from you guys. So keep them coming. Thank you so much. I love like interacting with you. And so I was like, why wouldn't I go up and say something and just compliment him and let him know how much of an impact that he had with that thing that has nothing to do with digital marketing whatsoever? But that's the thing I took away from the conversation. Anyways, so I went up to him and I said hi. I said hi to the cookie lady because she was awesome as well. And I just said, do you mind if I just give you a quick compliment? I don't want to interrupt your conversation. And he was like, no, I'd love to know what you learned. And from me, I said, I just saw you at Entrepalooza like 4 years ago, and what you said stuck in my mind. And I'm sure he was hoping or thinking that it would be something about digital marketing, but really it was about the company culture and the values that company has, that his company that he has built has. And we got to chatting, and we got to talking a little bit more about creating that company culture. And we're talking with the cookie lady as well about how she was creating her company culture and why the values are so important. And then I said, well, I'll let you two get back to your conversation, because we were chatting for about like 7 to 10 minutes. And then I asked him a few questions about digital marketing, and what he said to me, again, struck me so powerfully. He was like, oh, will you come to hear me speak? I was like, well, I paid $10,000 for a ticket to be at Business Mastery. So like, yeah, I'm planning on coming to all the speakers. But it hit me that even when you're at the level, and it's no surprise that he's at the level that he's at because of this one thing that he continues to do. And yes, company values, yes, company culture is important. But he continues to promote himself one-on-one to people who he's having a conversation with. Like, that is so, it was like, dude, you're presenting at Tony Robbins' Business Mastery, and you're asking me to make sure I listen to you. And it hit me with the lesson that you always, no matter how big you are, no matter how big your company is, no matter how many multi-millions of dollars you are making, you always keep promoting yourself. And of course, this is something that common sense we kind of get, but at the same time, sometimes those beliefs of, oh, I don't want to be a bother, or I don't want them to think I'm annoying with always asking them to, always promoting my stuff and all this. Promote! I literally was on a call with my Revolutionary Empire Builders, and one of my clients inside of that program was asking me on a coaching call, well, I'm sending out a weekly newsletter, but I feel like I should send them some more content because of what's going on in the world right now. And she specializes in health, and her business is in health. And she said, but I don't want to bother them or think that like I'm being annoying or like, and I was like, the only way that people will think you're annoying is if you are putting out and projecting the fact that you believe that you're annoying. I said, do you believe that you're annoying? And she was like, no, I don't. And I said, do you believe that your content and what you are serving with and the content that you're serving with is of value to your community that you serve and it would be of value to even more people that you desire to serve? And she's like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I said, well then, people are so caught up with their own lives and their own stuff and that sometimes they forget to read an email. They don't read all their emails. So reminding them to read their emails, reminding them that hey, you've got a live stream going on where you're teaching this thing, or hey, you like come watch this thing or listen to this podcast, or like people don't know what you've got for them unless you are constantly telling them. And that was exactly the lesson that Ryan Deiss drilled into me without even knowing that he drilled it into me. And of course, on that note, appropriately, I will tag him when we launch this episode because that's just the lesson that I learned was always keep promoting yourself. Always keep promoting how you can serve others. Always keep promoting other people that you admire. I mean, one of the things that Rachel Hollis talked about on basically how she developed a relationship and a friendship with Brendan Burchard was because she talked about his book all the time. The High Performance Habits book is one of the best books on building and cultivating strong habits. And she talked about it so much to her community that people in her community thought she was being paid to promote it. And she's like, no, I'm not being paid to promote it. I just really, really respect this book because it is powerful. And it is. It's an extraordinary book. Promote yourself and promote others. Promote the things that you admire. There is a reason why I was so honored to have one of the coaches from the Conscious Leadership Group on my podcast, the amazing Deb Katz, because I promote the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership as one of the best books that I have ever read. It is my favorite book. It is my guidelines for life and how I live and how I show up in the world as a leader. It is a powerful book. Keep promoting yourself and keep promoting other people's work that you believe in. And that's why I've dropped digitalmarketer.com like several times in this podcast episode, because it is a powerful website for learning digital marketing. And I've learned a ton from it and a ton from Ryan and more lessons to come, I'm sure, probably none of which have to do with digital marketing, or they're always the ones that get more embedded in me. But that's the thing, is when you can promote yourself and when you can promote others, that is how we all rise together. We all rise together when we celebrate, cheer on, promote each other, promote our stuff, and continue. Like when you hear about a movie that you really, really like and you can't stop talking about it, you don't get all like funky and weird about, oh my gosh, there's this movie that I love, and like, oh my, am I talking about it too much? Am I being annoying? No, when you're really radically jazzed about a film that came out, like I was about Jojo Rabbit, like holy moly, that movie just like, I bawled, I laughed, I loved that movie so much. I thought that was one of the most poignant films of the past like 5 years that has come out. And I loved that film. And I kept talking about it. Like over dinners, when we would have friends over for dinner, I would talk about that film. I would talk about how amazing it was. I would talk about like how people needed to see it. And if you hadn't seen it, go see it. But there was no shame or guilt or fear around me expressing my love and my joy and my desire to have other people have the same experience of this extraordinary film, why is it any different with your products and services that you shouldn't promote yourself with the same excitement that you would promote somebody else's film or work of art or song or album or book or whatever? Like, it is your job. Like, you should be the most excited for the stuff that you're putting out into the world and doing, because if you're not excited about it, how do you expect other people to be as well? Like, if you are not actively promoting something, check yourself as to why. What are the beliefs that are holding you back? Because if it was somebody else's book or somebody else's movie or somebody else's live stream that you were like, oh my gosh, that live stream is just like freaking gold, like the knowledge bombs that were dropped in that just shifted your perspective or gave you a new tool or a new strategy that you're like, oh my gosh, people need to watch that live stream. Why not yours? Why not yours? Always keep promoting yourself. You promote the things that you love on a daily basis regardless. You are constantly selling the things that you love and the things that bring you joy and the things that you have transformed you. Why not your own work as well? Keep going. Keep promoting yourself. Keep sharing your work. Keep asking people to support it, because that is how you start to build the traction. That is how you build. You do not need permission to promote yourself. And if you do, I'm giving it to you right now. Promote yourself. Promote yourself more often. Promote the work that you're doing because it's of service to somebody. If you can serve somebody with what you are sharing, if you can help someone eliminate pain in some way from your life, which is what business does, business solves problems, and you are, as a business owner, in business to solve a problem, and you are solving a problem and providing a solution. If you're providing a solution that is somebody's lifeline, promote it. Like, if you had the cure for cancer, I would hope that you would be shouting it from the rooftops on a daily basis, not caring whether somebody got annoyed that they got too many emails about how you have the cure for cancer. Who's to say you don't? Who's to say that your work is not just as valuable because of what you're bringing to this world? It's up to you to decide now that you are worthy of promoting yourself. You are worthy of promoting the work that you do, because in some way it is eliminating somebody's pain and it is providing somebody who is in pain with a solution. Keep promoting the solution, which is your work, which is your genius, which is the thing that you do so well, that is your purpose, your mission, the thing that you were put on this planet to do. Share that. Promote that. You are serving because you do. If you love this episode, or if you got a massive, powerful takeaway from this episode, please screenshot it, drop me a DM, let me know what your takeaway was from this episode. Shoot Ryan Deiss a message and let him know how awesome he is for the lessons that he's imparted to me that I now get to impart to you. And let's just keep rising together, raising each other up, promoting ourselves as much as we promote other people and the amazing work that they're doing in this world. Thank you so much. As always, own your throne, mind your business, because your reign is now. Till next time.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. If what you heard resonated with you, be sure to subscribe and share your breakthroughs and ahas with me by leaving a review on iTunes so I can keep the magic flowing your way. And if you aren't already following us on social media, come experience the extra inspiration and queenly convos on Instagram at Crown Yourself Now, or visit our website at crownyourself.com. I am so excited to connect with you in the next episode. And in the meantime, go out there and create a body, business, and life that rules.